Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your April monthly. I know it's towards the end of the month, so this is going to be in April, end of April, going into May, kind of energy check-in, seeing where you guys are at, seeing what could be coming to play and what you guys could be, some themes you guys could be going through at the moment. I'm doing things a little bit differently because these are going to be like, monthlies. I'm trying to figure out a new way, a new flow of doing things here. So the spread's going to be a little different. I'm going to bring in other cards. There's going to be messages from your person and or about a connection in your life because this is a general reading, if this does not pertain to a connection in your life. And then we are going to have some charms. I'm going to bring out some charms here towards the end, just to get some clarifications and extra messages from spirit. In the spread that I'm going to do, this is the decks that I'm going to use. I'm going to start with the Green Witch Tarot. That's going to be the initial cross spread that I do. And then I'm going to clarify the cross spread with the Spellcaster's Tarot. And then I'm going to pull some oracles towards the end. And then we're going to go from there. As always, there's a crystal grid. There is a picture of this crystal grid on my Instagram and my Facebook. The link is in the description box below for that. Also, this may or may not resonate with you. Again, this is general messages. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't resonate with you, please check the other signs of your chart. If you don't know the other signs of your chart, feel free to reach out to me. My email's in the description box below. I can help you figure that out. Also, if you have any questions about any of the crystals or want to know what any of them are, you just have any questions about anything that I have here on the table that you see, or any of my jewelry or anything like that, please feel free to reach out to me. I love answering questions. I love interacting with you guys. Excuse me. All right, so let's see what's going on here. We're gonna start with a cross spread, and as you guys know, I already typically have this shuffled, so this is already set to go. Also, if this doesn't, just keep in mind, if this doesn't resonate like right now, this may resonate in the future. This could be about past stuff. Time is linear, so this could be about past, present, or future things. So let's see here. Sorry if you can hear my daughter downstairs. She's being awfully loud on her game today. Okay, and I'm going to tell you what each of these mean. All right. So, this is your current situation challenged by, these are your hope. This is your hope and your focus. Okay. This is like hopes, goals, focus, past, your strength, immediate future, outcome. And this here is the overall energy of the entire spread. So let's see and get into it here. The Eight of Pentacles. This talks about, really, honing your craft, working on something, paying attention to detail, studying, putting the work in like an apprenticeship. You're really focusing on a certain something. Could be your finances, your job, your craft, whatever it is. You're really putting in the work and focusing on it. Okay. You could be really thinking about building your finances and really thinking about how you could bring in and build more in your finances. But whatever it is, you're like honing your craft really, because the 8 is further along in the numbers, right? So at this point, you've kind of started getting into your groove and you're really starting to fine tune how it is that you're making things, what it is that you're making, just, whatever it is that you're doing, you're starting to get just working on fine tuning it. The Chariot movement, 10 of Pentacles, interesting. Really working on building maybe a good home life, moving into stability. Okay. All right. So the current energy, what we're currently in, this says the Holly King. This is the Hermit card. Okay, so Virgo energy. This talks about introspection. This talks about going on a journey within oneself, really tapping into one's spirituality, really becoming and looking in. And sometimes it talks about like going through dark night of the soul, or just really looking at one's darker side, darker flaws, just the things that the not so great things about ourselves, right? Really going within and having introspection on this. All right. So, and maybe really allowing your spirituality to kind of support that, cushion that for you, and or you are beginning a journey here, because this one, he's not so far away from his house, right? So you could be beginning a journey here on spirituality, really starting to tap into your gifts, okay? Maybe something to do with healing, Virgo energy. I always find that the Hermit card has a very healing energy to it, because even if it's talking about going within, doing introspection, shadow work, that's healing. That's really clearing the clutter, right? So that's your current situation. That's what you're trying to do. You're really trying to work on maybe going within, working on oneself, really tapping into your spirituality, really allowing yourself to work on oneself, right? And you're challenged by the 10 of chalices. The challenge is emotional fulfillment. I feel like you're really struggling on maybe figuring out what is emotional fulfillment for you. Maybe it's, maybe your emotional home life. Okay. Maybe this has to do with like a family life, or wanting a family life. You're just really struggling maybe on choosing, like choosing to work on oneself. But it's something about your emotional fulfillment is challenging this introspection, or you're really just going within and trying to figure out what is going to make me emotionally happy. What is it that's going to really make it so that I can have a fruitful, happy, abundant, satisfying, and safe life and future, right? And have the things that I want and feel good and emotionally fulfilled in it. Maybe your spiritual journey, maybe you feel like your spiritual journey and like maybe your home life doesn't mix, or there's something about maybe that going on, but there's a need to really focus on maybe what's gonna emotionally fulfill you, what's gonna bring you that kind of happiness. And by going within, that's how this process starts. Your goals and your focus is the 7 of Wands. This is putting up boundaries. This is about defending oneself. This is about being able to stand in your truth and be confident, and outwardly be able to present yourself in your truth, and having the confidence and the strength, really, to me. This reminds me of the Strength card in a way in the Minor Arcana, because it really is putting up boundaries. It's really defending oneself. Okay. So, and this could be in any which way. So your goal and your focus is really, building some kind of stability, building some kind of structure and safe boundary, or, just a safe platform to be able to speak your truth and or live in your truth. Okay. In the past, It looks like there was some kind of emotional event and or love offer, or somebody was offering you something. There could have been yeah, like an offer of, huh, that's interesting. There could have been a love offer, to be honest with you, something along those lines. We'll go further into this, but there was something that was presented to you in an emotional way, in a gift, in an offer way, that presented itself with some kind of to me, like commitment, romantic. This here, looks like the arch that people get, married under, right? And then over here is the candles, and it looks like, intimate, romantic, stork. This talks about fertility, family, creating a home life, right? And somebody's offering, right? There was some kind of offer of this. Now, to me, I've never seen that in this, but it kind of looks like someone was like up here, like bound to this tree, almost like in a hangman mode. So maybe in the past there was something that was offered to you, and I don't know, maybe you weren't sure about it, or you kind of made you pause. Maybe it made you put up your boundaries, like, I don't know if I can trust this, right? But your strength is the world tree. That's the world card. Your strength is the fact that you can always have these new beginnings. You're fruitful, you're successful, right? That you are able, what I'm really feeling like is like you can go through these cycles and these seasons, and somehow you still have the resiliency and the strength to be able to move forward and come out successful and on top somehow in everything that happens, right? There's a level here of maybe really being supported and protected by the universe, and it seems like everything that you do ends up being in your favor or successful, or you find small victories somehow in a lot of things that you like put yourself in. Okay, and that's like, it's like your strength is the universe has your back, and it's like, that things that end is coming in for a new beginning, or like it's like you understand maybe the cycles that are going on in your life at this moment, or that you just feel really supported by the universe. Okay, in your immediate future, this is the Knight of Wands. This is coming in really fast with maybe some kind of communication or fresh energy. I don't know. I feel like maybe somebody's coming in, or you're moving, right? You could be moving somewhere. You could be going somewhere. There's something coming in here, and I'm going to go further in because I feel kind of two different energies here, where there really could be somebody coming in, and or you could be moving towards something. Okay, and the outcome is the Oak King, and this is the Hanged Man. I think the outcome is a different perspective. I think that whatever maybe ending to new beginning, whatever cycle ending, whatever kind of you going within and trying to figure out what's emotionally going to make you happy, right? And in the past, maybe like, offers of happiness, like, I don't know, there's some kind of offer maybe here that there's whatever journey that this has been through, whatever has made you kind of put up walls and are feeling the need to defend yourself, or needing to have boundaries, or have like these healthy boundaries or wall, you know what I mean? Has brought in a different perspective for you. And I feel like there's something that you are paying attention to here. Maybe there's an offer coming in and it's like making you pause, and you really need to look within about this and seeing if it's conducive to like what your life really needs. Okay. And I just feel like there's a new perspective happening here, Scorpio. Okay. But I'm going to clarify this a little bit further, because I wanna understand this. I wanna know where we're going here. I kind of know. I want to know what like you're working on. The Hanged Man energy is not a bad energy for the outcome, and it's not a bad energy to be in, even though it can possibly mean like stagnancy or something on pause, right? Something kind of like, but there's a purpose for it. It's so that you can see a new perspective. It's so that things can be seen by a bigger picture, a different angle, trying to get maybe a fresher energy in. So the pause isn't necessarily a bad thing. Okay, because I really do feel like you are supported by the universe. There's some kind of either divine intervention, divine timing, some kind of successful ending or successful, like it ending successfully. All right, let's see about this, the Eight of Pentacles. Can I know more about the Eight of Pentacles, please? Oh, so, okay. Okay. The Devil, which is Capricorn energy. Okay. And then Two of Swords, which is indecision. And so the Devil, hold on, I'm just going to move this a little bit. Give me just a second here. I'm sorry, Scorpio. I just want you guys to really be able to see this. Okay. So the Devil energy to me, okay, and the star card's at the bottom of the deck right now, which is awesome. So you're really working on this, any level of toxicity, fears, lower vibrations, addictions, obsessive behavior, any of this just lower vibrational stuff, anything that's no longer serving you. It's like you're really focusing on, you know, even maybe where you're, you know, what your flaws are, where you're toxic, where you're unhealthy, and what needs to change in that, right? And really working on, you know, this indecision, being of in two minds, not being able to make a decision and make a move because you are really in this fear-based thinking, right? You're in this like cycle, this toxic cycle of being in fear and unable to make a decision. And you're really starting to focus on maybe why that is. And that's where this introspection starts coming in, right? That's working on oneself, really tapping into your spirituality, trying to clear out and work on any of that stuff that's feeling like you're stuck or bound to something that maybe you feel like you can't get out of, but really you can. And it's really more about what's in your mind and you needing to work on that. Okay. So moving on to over here to the Hermit. So really looking into oneself, right? A lot of healing going on. Love that with the star card at the bottom there. Can I know about the Holly King? Oh, Four of Cups. And this one, to me, this is also about like introspection to me. This one's also about like really sitting within oneself, really looking at maybe the opportunities that are presented to you, and maybe you don't like the opportunities or you're feeling a little disappointed in what's being offered to you or what has been offered to you. And you're really starting to look at this disappointment, look at what's no longer serving you, looking at what's being offered here in your life, right? And you're taking a deep look at it. You're really starting to work on oneself. I knew it was going to come out. I knew it was coming out. And you're really starting to stand in your independence, right? You're starting to really work on oneself. You're really looking and taking accountability for oneself, working on building a solid person in oneself and healing. I knew this star card was going to come out eventually. I was really drawn to it when it was at the bottom of the deck. So you're really healing. This is Aquarius energy, by the way. You're really healing. Oh, and the Oak King is Pisces energy, in case anybody was wondering. And the world tree, the world doesn't give me, it gives me more of like Jupiter vibes. But anyway, which could, I guess, be Sag and Pisces. So, So you're really going within and taking this healing seriously. Like, I feel like you're on pause right now, right? And you're really taking something extremely serious. You're really working on your toxic habits, your toxic cycles, your toxic patterns, whatever it is that's keeping you indecisive, stuck, and stagnant. And you're really taking the time to go within and try to figure out and heal this aspect of yourself. Really focusing on maybe, why do you attract things that disappoint you? Why are you continuously disappointed? You keep getting disappointed. Why is this happening? What is going on here? What patterns, what habits, what type of relationships, type of people do I keep attracting into my life, and why? And really standing in your like strength to heal yourself, bring in this healing, and in doing so, really getting on the path of what your actual wish fulfillment is, right? What your wish fulfillment is, what actually is going to be safe and healing and feel good for you, right? And we were challenged by the 10 of chalices with that, right? You're challenged emotionally. You're challenged by what's going to emotionally fulfill you. Oh, maybe there's choices here, because this is choosing a path. There's choices here, maybe in love, and maybe that's why you maybe felt a little confused, or why you feel challenged by it. Choice to maybe walk away from it. Okay, maybe that's why you're challenged. Maybe there's a relationship here that's, if this has something to do with a relationship because of the 10 of chalices, or something that's emotionally fulfilling for you, or that you're tied emotionally to, or just what maybe actually what your happiness looks like. But there has to be a choice to move forward. Maybe you thought something was going to bring you happiness, and it really hasn't been, and you're really focusing on, wow, maybe this is toxic and I really need to choose to move forward and move away. Can I have one more just with the Knight? One more for the Knight. One more for the Knight, please. Yeah. You need to move out of, making the choice to move out of anything that's giving you mental conflict, self-sabotage or sabotage, deceitful, a lot of maybe hurtful ways of talking, communicating, relating with one another, or somebody just moving away from, choosing to move away from anything that's really not serving you by any means. Really cutting out any kind of deceitful, deceptive behavior, even if it's into oneself, even if it's your own way of thinking, okay? Because you're really going within to try to figure out and heal yourself and really notice what's my side of the toxicity, maybe where the other person or the other situation contributes the toxicity, right? Where am I holding myself accountable here? And maybe you're making the choice to not deceive yourself on what makes you emotionally fulfilled anymore either. And maybe that's why this is challenging for you, because maybe what's going to make you emotionally fulfilled maybe necessarily isn't what you thought it was going to be, or what you thought it would look like, or what is a societal or normal standard of what it looks like. Because I really got standing in one's truth here. So it's like, if you really feel like a certain way of living and or whatever suits you better, or is like, more for you, then you're really going to choose to move away from this like self-sabotaging behavior. A lot of healing is going to come in through it, though. A lot. All right, so moving on. 7 of Wands here. Goals and focus. Putting up these boundaries, right? Putting up these walls, making a safe space for yourself, really defending oneself. Yeah, because so if you were dealing with somebody and there was like something just not kosher going on, it was really like toxic, you're really defending yourself, but you're really putting up boundaries to like grieve and heal this, to like feel these emotions, to feel, you know, maybe the loss of something. Maybe just because you have lost or you have needing to heal, you're kind of putting up boundaries because you're feeling maybe sensitive and raw, and you're just kind of needing to take some time to figure out what this new, what's left over and what these new 2 of Cups are. Yeah, wow. 10 of Cups and the 8 of Cups. I'm heavily getting like you're really starting to see here what something used to be toxic, and like I feel like you're moving away from something that was highly toxic, and it's bringing in a lot of healing. You're doing a lot of healing within oneself, so you're naturally vibing higher. Yeah, my left ear just started ringing. You're naturally vibing higher, and you're starting to see things from a different perspective because you are healing, and you're choosing to move away from anything that's deceptive or anything that's bringing you mental conflict, and or maybe fighting with yourself about staying, going, whatever this is. You're choosing to walk away, right? And there was something here that I really think that you thought was going to bring you emotional fulfillment or happiness, or was going to end up being a long-term thing. And I don't think I don't think that that's what has happened. Okay. And I think that you're really choosing to kind of like cocoon yourself while you process this grieving and emotional loss. Okay, maybe you're finding out that you're not going to have what looks standardly like a happy life, or what this happy emotional life will look like, and or, you know, happy home life, or, you know, something that was emotionally fulfilling is not working out, and you're needing to have walking away from it, needing to leave it behind. And you're feeling the loss and needing to cocoon yourself and kind of put up these barriers so that you can get rid of all of these negative emotions and kind of start the process of healing. Okay, start the process of healing whatever it is that you're emotionally walking away from. You're detaching emotionally from whatever loss and trying to go within and heal oneself. You're really starting to look at, you know, what needs to be cleared out.